Counsel podcast, where truth cuts through the noise, wisdom anchors the soul, and lives are shaped by the Word of God. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." We are living in a time where voices are loud, opinions are endless, and direction is often missing. But here, we don't chase opinions, we pursue truth. This podcast exists to bring you sound biblical counsel, spiritual insight, practical wisdom, and honest conversations that help you navigate life with clarity, conviction, and purpose. Whether you're facing decisions, leading others, building relationships, or growing in your faith, you were never meant to figure it out alone. And now, your host of the Wise Counsel podcast, Apostle Barnabas. God bless you as you find wisdom, receive direction, and as your steps become more clear.
Um, One of the great uh, priority of this podcast was always to highlight and to showcase um, the activities and the events of our community. And it doesn't get any bigger than this. Fargo currently has a very historic election going on. The next mayor will be the first full-time mayor of Fargo. A lot of issues, concerning Fargo. I've been definitely following this campaign, this election. But today we are joined by Sir SEKOU Sirleaf, and he's one of the running candidates of this wonderful election. uh, Sir ST, and I love that name better. But you are welcome to Wise Counsel, sir. And today I'm excited because we get to allow the community to hear about some of the really important, essential issues of this community. I'm living here, coming here in 2015. I'm one of those people that love Fargo. I found my wife here, so I have to. Any city that give me a wife. I was struggling back in the East Coast, and the good Lord allowed me to come to Fargo. I would have never knew where North Dakota was, but any city that gives me a wife, I love that city.
You know what?
Yeah,
That is interesting. I'm laughing because I've spoken with so many guys,
yeah,
black, white, Hispanics, different, from different demographics.
yeah.
And I asked them how you moved to Fargo. It's always a girl that made them to move here.
Ain't that
So I
amazing?
said, Fargo girls are powerful.
Yeah,
So if you're single, wherever you are,
yeah,
hey, come to Fargo.
yes.
And when you come, you won't leave. Our women are beautiful
Our
and they are
women, our
powerful,
women are beautiful.
very influential.
They'll make you come here. So I love this city, sir,
That's good.
and you are highly welcome to Wise Counsel. You're really helping us to live this dream. What a big, concern and platform this is, and
Sure.
yes, this is a very historic day for us because it's different to dream something and when you're sitting in the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because Fargo is amazing because there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of good things here, good people, talented people, and growing community, diverse growing community. So the election is here now. You have this campaign that you've been running, and I
hmm
love your motto, Fargo for all.
Fargo for all.
What do you mean by that, really?
It's simple, and it's good you brought that up because I think you are about the first person to even ask that question that
That's
I
good.
mean, that I've talked to through interview, different panel discussions, and all of that. You're the first person. What is this Fargo for all?
Yeah,
We are stronger together.
yeah,
there is much, much more that unite us than divide us.
Mm.
And so I want to build a city
Yeah.
that everybody feels seen, heard, and valued,
Mm.
and not just catering to special interests
Yeah.
or the 1% at the top of the chain. You
Mm.
know, we want everybody.
Yeah.
You know, that struggling single mother in the corner,
Yeah.
that youth that is struggling, you
Yeah.
know, with identity, that struggling business person trying to start up a business,
Yeah.
you know, for everybody, that person on the street corner living
Mm.
with mental health, that
Mm.
person that is homeless,
Yeah.
we are all part of this thing. And I don't want
For
anybody to be left behind. I don't want to build a Fargo that is only for the rich, powerful, well connected. We want to build a Fargo that incorporates everybody. Everybody matters. I want to build a Fargo where people are not just numbered.
wow.
Oh, we are 135,000. Oh, we're 150,000. No, I want us not to just be numbered, but to be valued.
Yes.
Everybody matters.
Yes.
That's why we call it Fargo for all.
Thank you so much for that. And I
Yeah.
think that's how it should be.
Exactly.
You know, Fargo for all. It's a really catchy motto,
Mm-hmm.
slogan, and I love that. I mean, how can anyone not want this city to turn into exactly
Exactly.
what you're saying? Because uh, you know, one of the things I love about Fargo, this is small growing city, but so diverse.
Very diverse.
My goodness.
Fargo today is about more than 20% diverse.
Whew.
There are more than 200 languages spoken in Fargo. And that number, I think, is
Wow.
way bigger than 200. But when I say Fargo for all, even when it comes to leadership, you know, I believe in representative government,
Mm.
you know, and there are 11 districts that make up Fargo. Those 11 districts should be represented.
Wow.
But right now, the way Fargo is structured, we are the only major city
Yeah.
that still runs the city commission form of government. And that city commission form of government, city commissioners are elected at large.
Yeah.
That means they don't have to come from a particular district. So all of them can come from one street. All of them can live on one street.
Yeah.
And they can all run it.
Yeah.
That is not democracy. That is not representative. So I am pushing when I become mayor
Yeah.
to transition a city from a city commission to a city council so that every electoral district is represented in the city council because so many districts are left out. Only 5 people run the city, the mayor and 4 commissioners. That is not fair.
Yeah.
Fargo is more than 140,000 people right now.
That's a
We
lot.
can't have only 5 people run the city
That's a
and
lot.
all 5 of them live in just practically in one zip code.
Yeah.
We need every electoral district to be
I
represented.
think that's fair.
I want us to break up that city commission to a city council
Yeah.
so that we create a ward system.
Yeah.
Like we have in Grand Forks, we have in Moorhead, we have in South Dakota.
Yeah.
They run the ward system and people get representation. But in addition to that, when that happens, I also will push that young people should have a permanent seat on the city council because this is one demographics that nobody cares about. Nobody thinks about the young people. Nobody talks about them. Nobody count them. You know, we just overlook them. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, they're young and they don't know anything.
Yeah.
But that's not true
Yeah.
because those that are older, let me say 60 years old and
Yeah.
above,
Yeah.
how you think they see the world?
Hmm.
These older folks only look at the world in reverse. They never look forward. Anytime you hear them talk is how things used to be back then.
Yes. Yes.
They were good, but we
Yeah.
know more back there. We're
No,
not going
no,
back
we're
there.
not.
It's past. The past is past.
Yeah.
We're not trying to dismiss
Yeah.
the good days of yesterday.
Yeah.
But we no longer live there. We can't keep reminiscence on those things. But when you talk to young people look at life in the future.
Yes, I do.
Young people are looking forward, older people are looking backwards.
Yeah.
I want to bring those two views together. I want City Hall when I get to City Hall, I want to increase labor force at City Hall at least to 40-45% young people before I leave. Because young people, they are dynamic, they're visionary, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They just see the world differently.
Yeah.
And they come with technology.
Yeah.
Older people that are 60 and above, when they're trying to solve one problem, they could take 2-3 weeks, 1 month, 5 months, thinking of solution.
Yeah.
Those young people have it at the snap of their finger. You know, they can just turn things around. They
Yeah.
come with that energy. They come with that passion. Today, City Hall, the staff, the morale, City Hall is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
I want to bring energy back to City Hall. I
Definitely.
want to bring passion back to City Hall.
Yeah.
I want people who work at City Hall when when they go to bed, they can't wait for a day to break so they can come to work
Yes.
because we're bringing back that spark. That's what we want.
I love that. I love that. And I have some questions for you.
Oh, definitely.
I just, our community, we're from a community that I believe information is really good for us. And I
Yes.
want, part of the whole purpose of this is that I want our community people themselves to know what you're running on and to have a chance to hear you out concerning some of the key issues that we have in
Yeah.
Fargo. And so the first question is, Fargo is entering a new era with its first full-time mayor.
Yeah.
What do you believe is the greatest challenge facing the city right now, and why are you the right leader for this moment?
That's a fair question. When I look at a city that you and I live in, Fargo is a great place.
Yeah.
I love this place, and for me, Fargo is home. I may travel around the world, but I will always come back to Fargo. I think uh, my heart, my soul, my mind, my body, everything is connected to Fargo. I've never loved a place like I love Fargo. And that's why I call Fargo home. And I appreciate other people that call Fargo home. And yes, there are challenges. Every growing city face challenges. So this is not unique to us.
Yeah.
Even human beings, as we are growing, we face challenges. You hear teenagers, some of them say, I want to remain teenager. Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't want all the responsibility.
Yeah.
Now I got to pay rent.
Yeah.
I got to pay car. So they want to remain because those are the challenges
Of
that come
course.
with growth.
Of course.
You can't be a young adult now and expect mom and dad to do the things that they were doing for you.
Yeah.
So growth brings challenges. So there are challenges facing Fargo. But I think one of the major challenges facing Fargo is leadership. We have a city leadership that is disconnected from the people that they are leading. They're not listening. City Hall is so tune deaf. They don't care. It doesn't matter what the people say in the city. They just don't care. They want to do what they want to do. Things that benefit themselves, that benefit their cronies,
Yeah.
things that benefit the special interests that they serve, things that benefit major developers and big corporations. That's what they want. We don't want that. That's why we're running for Fargo for all. So I want to bridge that gap. That gap that is created between City Hall and people that lead.
Yeah.
I want to bring City Hall to the people.
Yes.
Those 11 districts. I don't think every meeting on policies issue, I don't think everything should be held at City Hall.
No.
We can host a meeting in the districts. We can host a meeting in the neighborhood. There are people that, coming to City Hall.
Yeah.
It's kind of intimidating for some people.
Yeah.
There are some people that even finally they challenge themselves and they get to City Hall.
Yeah.
And with all the lights and the camera and the ambience and everything, they get intimidated to even ask questions.
Yeah.
But if we meet them at their turf,
Yes.
they will be more comfortable
I like that.
to talk to us.
I like that.
City Hall is not listening. We need leadership that listen.
Yeah.
Listen before you take decision.
Yeah.
That's what is lacking in Fargo. People taking decision without listening. Like you said in the opener,
Yeah.
Fargo is blessed with talented people.
Yes, they are.
I don't understand why government has taken on this posture. And when I mean government, it's not just Fargo City leadership.
Yeah.
Government the world over.
Yeah.
People, they have taken this posture that they have all the answers. Why you have Fortune 500 companies, multi-billion dollar companies, they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars just for consultancy. They bring in professionals to advise them.
Yes.
Governments, even other governments, some governments around the world,
Yeah.
they pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Hey, we intending on this project. How do you advise us? They bring in these professionals. Why can't government do the same thing? Why can't Fargo do the same
Why
thing?
not?
We got universities all around us. We got professional people
Yeah.
in those universities,
Yeah.
that are good in certain things,
Of
good at
course.
certain things,
Of
that we could bring to the table. Hey, this indebtedness that we're going through is an albatross around our neck.
Yeah.
How can you help us to navigate, this indebtedness? Our budget is always in the default. What can we do? We need to prioritize spending. We need to manage our spending. We need to have We need our budget needs to be focused. We need to spend our top dollars on things that matter.
Yeah.
But we cannot know the things that matter unless we talk to the people.
That's true.
The
That's
people
true.
should be able to tell us. That's why we're supposed to be called public servant. That's why I am a public servant. I'm not a politician. That's a difference.
Yes.
The politician is that loudmouth person
Yeah.
who comes to the scene and tells everybody, I'm going to do this for you.
Yeah.
I got all the answer. I alone can fix it.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
No, that's a politician.
Yeah.
And he knows all those things he's promising. He's not even going to do 1%.
No.
It's just to sack up the people to
Yeah.
get a vote, and then he gets there, he does nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a public servant. As a public servant, I'm not the boss. The people are the boss. So if I can listen to them, I can get my marching orders from them, then we can do those things that we're supposed to be doing. So those are some of the things broken. Why am I the right person?
Yeah.
It's simple. All my life, right from high school, I've been in ministry. I've been leading, and you a pastor too.
Yeah.
People with real problems are in our churches. When they come, we don't politicize their problems.
No way.
We find practical solutions to those problems.
Yes, you
We
do.
first sit down and listen to them.
Yes.
And they talk to us, and then we try to help them, not in isolation.
Yeah.
We include them. Most times when people come to me for counseling as a counselor, I don't manufacture the solution. Most times the people who bring their problem, the solution is right in them.
Yeah.
If you can listen to them, the more they talk, they're giving clues to their own solutions.
Wow.
If the city can also learn to listen to the
Yeah.
people, bring the people on board, and
like
do it.
that.
So that's why I'm the right candidate, because I've been leading people all my life through the church. I pastored different countries, different continents, and I met diverse people, real people with real problems, real issues,
Yes.
and we provided practical solutions.
Yeah.
Solutions should not be lip service, should not be political. People are having real issues in
Yes, they
Fargo.
are.
Homelessness, drug addiction, mental health, housing challenges. These are real issues.
Yeah.
They should not be politicized.
No way.
So that's why I think I'm the right person.
Thank you for that answer. That's
Sure.
a truly remarkable answer. Before I go to the next question, when I hear the sum of the debt
Yes.
in the city,
Yes.
I have to tell you, man, that's scary.
Yes.
That's like what's been going on? I mean, how we let this thing get so high in such a small city?
Yeah.
I mean, we and I love what you said. I think that's what this podcast is really based on. It's based on Proverbs 11:14. It said, where there is counsel, there is
Yep.
safety.
There's safety.
But
Yeah.
in a multitude of counselor, you say where there's no counsel,
Yeah.
people fall.
Yeah.
But in a multitude of counsel,
safety.
there is safety. So what you're saying is it's not a bad thing to consult someone who has more
Exactly.
expertise
Yeah.
on something. So the debt is so high, and we got to take control of that. And is that something that is that a priority for you to
Exactly.
bring this debt down,
It is a
to
priority.
manage it?
Yeah, it is a priority. You
Yeah.
see, we cannot keep postponing addressing the debt into the future. It just keeps adding up.
Yeah.
That's why we need the professionals.
Yes.
We need the economists. We need the accountants. We need people that understand finance, that understand the numbers. And we bring them with city staff, with everybody.
Yeah.
Because this concerns all of us.
Yes.
It's difficult to grow with that kind of debt on your head, even as a person.
Yeah.
You graduate, you got all the student loan debt on you.
Yeah.
Growing can be difficult.
Yeah.
So we understand that. So we have to be able to manage our debt. We should be able to manage our finances in a way that it doesn't put undue pressure on the city of
Yeah.
Fargo.
Definitely.
So we can do some things in incremental steps.
Okay.
And that's what we need. We have to put aside our pride and our arrogance that, if I invited other people to tell us how to do it,
Yeah.
it's not about you.
No, it's not.
It's about the city. It's about the livelihood of the city.
Yeah.
So when I come to City Hall, I'm not coming with a mindset of, know it all. I'm not coming with a mindset of I have all the answers. I'm not coming with my personality, because you come with your personalities. There's only one thing you want.
Yeah.
You want people to sing your praise. When people praise you, you feel good. When they call you out, when they challenge you, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Leaders always want people to praise them. That's flattery for me.
Yeah.
But once they challenge you, then that person who challenged you is a bad person.
Yeah.
When I become city mayor, I want to be criticized. I want to be held to the highest extent. I want to be scrutinized. I want everything I do to be considered.
Yeah.
That will make me a better person.
That's
There
great.
is no leader in this race
Yeah.
that will tell you that. Don't even criticize them. You criticize them, you're the bad guy. You become the bad guy. And that's a problem to leadership.
That's amazing. I definitely do agree. The city hall is definitely out of touch
It's completely
with the
out of touch.
community.
Yes.
I've been here since 2015. I can honestly tell you that. So whatever needs to be done to bring city hall to the people who
Yes.
they're supposed to be representing, for some reason, I think even politics as a whole now, I think people just these leaders forget that you go to like represent the people.
Yeah.
Like the people put you there.
Yes.
I think when people get in those leadership, they forget that. And so my prayer is that our next mayor will really go back to the roots and the purpose of being in leadership.
You know, there are
Yeah.
so many things I want to do when
Yeah.
I get to City Hall. And like I said in our last debate with the League of Women Voters, anybody who failed as a city commissioner should not be elected as a mayor. It should not. That's travesty.
Yeah.
It should not.
Yeah.
Because the person will still fail. Because they ran for city commission and they want to make change,
Yeah.
to bring about change.
Yeah.
They got there and they did not do it.
Yeah.
Now they're telling you, make me mayor. How will you create a change? Because when you were city commissioner, you got one vote.
Yes.
There's 5 votes.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Everybody got one vote. You did not use your one vote in 4 years, 16 years, or how long you be on a city commission to create meaningful change.
Yeah.
When you become mayor, it's still the same one vote you will have.
Yes.
If you can walk across the aisle to influence other people to vote for things that matter to the city, it's the same thing that will happen to you when you become mayor.
Yeah.
So you fail as a city commissioner, you will fail as a mayor. That's why I think I'm the better choice. And
Yeah.
I tease them.
Yeah.
I said the 3 city commissioners that are running now to be mayor, I said, they failed. That's why I'm running. I shouldn't be running if they had done the right things they're
Of
supposed
course.
to do.
Of course.
Now they fail as city commissioner
course.
and they're running for mayor. I said to them, I said, you all look like
Yeah.
3 arsonists who helped to burn down the building. Now you're applying for a contract to come and remodel. You burned down the building. How you want to come and you want us to trust you? You burned down the building. And they tried to blame Mahoney for all the problems. I told them no.
Yeah.
I defended Mahoney.
Yeah.
Mahoney cannot take all the blame.
No
he got
way.
one vote. You
way.
also got one vote.
Of course.
What did you use your one vote to
Yeah.
do? Now you want us to make you mayor.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, the city is heading in a great direction here. I think Fargo need a new breath of fresh air.
We need
I
that
truly
change.
believe that. So based on what you said, for those who are watching us, make your vote count.
Exactly.
Like you have that one vote. Think about it and make it count. And,
Everything depends on it.
It depends on it. Next question here. Many citizens are concerned about public safety,
Yes.
homelessness, and the direction of the downtown area there. How do you plan to balance compassion with accountability?
Compassion and accountability go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other.
Okay.
And that is a problem. When you want to do accountability without compassion, that's a problem. Even the God that we serve, he's a God of accountability, but he's still a God of compassion, mercy.
Wonderful. Yeah.
You know, so we need to bring the 2 forces to bear.
Yes.
We should hold people accountable, but at the same time, we should be compassionate.
Yeah.
Because people fall on hard times. People face problems. And all my broadcasts, I've been telling people, all my debate, the reason we don't want to use compassion and we just stress accountability is because we don't see these people as humans. You can only help humans. But if you don't see them as human, if you just see them as objects to be used, vote for me and that's it, you know, then your compassion vanishes. But when you see them as human, you say, yes, I will hold you accountable, but I still think you need help and I can support that.
Yes.
You know, so policing, for me, public safety for me
Yeah.
is not just flooding the street with police. And I don't know why people find it so difficult. We have to reimagine public safety.
Yes.
You know, all over the country, when we talk about public safety, the first thing that comes to mind, put more police officers in the street.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I might stand alone. I don't care.
Yeah.
I disagree on that. I'm not saying police officers are not important. They are important. They should be the last resort.
Yes.
Crime festers where there's poverty.
Yeah.
The poverty rate in Fargo is at 12.8%.
Mm.
It's higher than the total U.S. average. It's higher than the state of North Dakota.
In this small city?
In this small city. I broke down the poverty rate, and I got those right here. I broke it down community by community, city by city in North Dakota. And Fargo chart leads, they lead the chart.
But it shouldn't be like that.
It gets worse. It's even worse than that. Come to think of it, take a wild guess. Who do you think are the poorest people in Fargo? Just take a wild guess. No right and wrong answer.
I would say the immigrants who are coming in.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Native American?
Nope. Poverty cuts across all demographics.
Wow.
The poorest people in Fargo are anybody between the ages of 18 and 34 years old. Whether black, white, Native American, don't matter. In fact, it gets worse than that. It starts from 16 years old. The reason I don't include 16 is because 16 years old are still minor.
Yeah.
So 18 is adulthood.
Yeah.
So from 18 to 34 years old, those are the poorest people in Fargo.
So where's the money?
That's the problem. So that's why I'm running on one of my policies is service and community.
Good.
We have to create programs for our seniors and veterans,
That's
people
good.
who have given their all for this country and for this city.
Yeah.
And we have to create programs for our young people.
Yeah.
You know, we need to create the programs. Young people don't even have place to hang out.
Yeah.
Young people don't have places to go to challenge each other.
Yeah.
We need to create programs. That's a massive brain drain in Fargo. And that's also leading to creating some of the poverty. Fargo is a college town,
Yeah.
but Fargo also has an aging population.
Okay.
Now, every year, and we're in graduation season,
Yeah,
all these university graduation, people been graduating since 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
These young people don't stay. They graduate, they go to Minneapolis, they go to Chicago, they go to other big cities. We train them and they leave us
Okay.
because we're not providing any programs, we're not providing incentives
Yeah.
that after graduation will attract them to get a job here, start a family here.
Yeah.
So we are losing. I call that brain drain.
Yeah.
We can stop that bleeding
Yeah.
by creating those programs
Yeah.
that will counter poverty. And then we're also working towards public safety. Fargo is becoming unaffordable. Because of that, people have to do 2-3 jobs to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Families are not spending quality time with their children.
Yeah.
So who you think training those children at home? The internet.
Of course.
That already a problem for public safety.
Yes.
So there are so many things that we have to do. We have to strengthen organizations, partners
Yes.
that work within that same regard. We got to collaborate with them, you know, so that we can all together build a safe environment.
That's wonderful.
Our city, the construction, we can build a city in a way that when something is off, we can know.
Yeah.
We have to create more walking. We need to be a walking city that people can walk a lot.
Yes.
When people are out a lot, they can see things that are off.
Yes.
We need policing we need community policing.
Yes.
Police officers, when they walk their beat, the community, the police.
Yes.
I think they should know the community to the extent that they know residents by name.
Yes.
You know, so when you know your community, when you see somebody who doesn't belong there,
Yeah.
it's a red flag. You
Yeah.
can easily know.
Definitely. Definitely.
The residents should know police officer by name and should be able to address them by name.
Yeah.
That's community police, not this policing of us versus them. You know, so we don't care about how you feel. We don't care about your human rights. We don't care about your civil rights. We do what we want to do because we know we cannot be held accountable.
Yeah.
That's not public safety. That because let me tell you, the strength of the police is on intelligence. You need a community to feed you with information.
Of course.
If you create that gap between you and the community, if you don't create trust,
Yes.
that the community can trust you, they're not going to come to you with information.
Yes.
They will run from you. I want a community where the residents can run to the police, not from the police.
Wow.
When we're running from the police, that's a public safety issue.
Yes.
There are people right now, even if they have issues, they've been abused at home, they're afraid to call the police
Of course.
because they don't know how things will go.
Yeah.
That is a problem to public
It's a
safety.
big problem.
So when we do all these things, we strengthen it. You know, I was telling them on the show yesterday, I said, good guys don't come from a family and bad criminals fall from the sky. Good people come from the family. Criminals also come from the family. Every
Yes.
person committing crime comes
Yes.
from the family.
Yes.
Why? Because when families are broken, society will be broken.
Mm.
So we need programs that will strengthen families,
Prioritize
that
the
keep
family.
parents at home, not doing 2, 3 jobs.
Yes.
You know, we have to bring all the partners to the table, the developers, the big business, the contractors, the builders, the housing authority,
Yes.
the realtors association, bring all these people, the residents,
Yes.
the landlords, the
Yes.
tenants.
Yes.
Let's have a conference so
Yes.
that we talk about affordability.
Yes.
I meet young people that tell me, hey, you know, I love my job. They pay me well, but I spend all my money on rent.
Of course.
Houses you came 2015, houses that were renting for $400-500.
Yes.
All those houses now are renting for 1,700,
It's gone
1,800,
up.
2,200.
It's gone up.
And so young people tell me, I love privacy.
Yes.
I don't like sharing my space with other people.
Yes.
But I'm forced to be roommate because I alone can pay all the rent.
That's
So
true.
those are problems.
That is true.
You know, people are being priced out.
That is true.
So you can't just address public safety with only policing in the street. There are so many things that is involved, so many
I
things
love that
that
perspective.
are involved with public safety.
love
It's not just, it doesn't begin with police.
Yes.
So when we do all these other things,
Yes.
then the police now in the street for anything that slips through the cracks. We have to relieve police officers. They are overtaxed.
Yes.
You know, police officer, when there's a 911 call, somebody call, hey, my car is stuck on the road, it can't start. Why can't we have other departments in the police that are not coming in with gun blazing? Why can't we create some departments and employ people in the police
I like that.
that when we have that call, somebody stuck by the road,
Like the light issues.
yes, somebody else can go to that.
Yes.
So that police focus on crime issues,
That's great.
serious
That's
issues.
great community stuff right
Yeah,
there.
those community stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to other partners
Yeah.
that can do mental health. Somebody having mental episode.
Yeah.
Why do you need a police officer with badge and gun?
No, you don't.
Another person could respond to that and make recommendation and escalate that to other people that are professionals in that field.
Yes.
Police, we call police for everything.
Yeah.
A woman trying to give birth is police.
Yeah.
Police got to be midwife.
Yes.
Police have to be vulcanizers, fixing people tire.
Yeah.
Police have to be mechanic, trying to change people batteries. Police have to. Somebody's car is stuck. There's no gas. Police have to come and bring
Of
gas.
course.
Why do we need all of that?
No.
Police should focus on. They are overtaxed.
Yes.
And they are burning out.
Yeah.
I care about police. We should support them, but we should also create the system
Yes.
so that we have other people that can respond to certain things.
I love that.
All of that is part of public safety.
Thank you so much. And I think the leadership, the current leadership and the previous leadership, just overall since 2015, one thing I can definitely confirm is that the leadership have not really prepared a good plan for the growth that Fargo has acquired.
Yeah.
So we can't just stand by because there's tremendous growth going on. I think I always, whenever time I'm driving around, there's different buildings being put up, buildings going on. This place is growing,
Fargo is
but the
growing.
government need to also grow along with that. We need to formulate a plan that really fits the growth. And policing, community policing is one of them, and being more relatable and, to the people is one of them. So they really haven't adapted to the growth. And, I pray that the next mayor will really adapt to what's happening in Fargo City. So thank you so much for that wonderful answer.
Sure.
I think you talked on affordability. Because this is a big concern for people.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you already answered what practical steps can you take to help working families and small businesses?
Yeah.
And
So
as a small business owner myself and you yourself, what are some practical steps?
yeah, everybody is struggling.
Yeah.
Small businesses are closing.
Yeah.
We want to create a conducive business climate in Fargo that is inviting. Because especially the small businesses are the mainstay of the economy.
Yes.
Thank God for the big corporations, but we need the small businesses.
Yes, we do.
Those feeder businesses that, directly minister to the needs of our residents. We need that. People have been priced out.
Yeah.
We have to encourage our we have to encourage affordability.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. And there's steps we can take.
Yeah.
The price in housing, the final price of a home is made up of different factors.
Yeah.
When businesses are struggling with delayed licensing, it's a problem. Developers don't like uncertainties.
Yeah.
We have to remove those uncertainties. We have to remove any barrier
Yes.
that prevents small businesses from thriving.
There's a lot of them.
That's a lot of barriers. People are complaining. I listen to some of these complaints. I listen to small businesses.
Some of them are old.
Yes.
We need to revisit them.
We need to revisit some of those, so give people opportunity to grow. That's what we want. Encourage them
I
to
love
grow.
that.
The focus cannot just be on major corporation when they go in bankrupt, and then we come to build them out. But when a small business, you on your own, it shouldn't be that way.
Shouldn't
Especially people that are in childcare. Childcare is becoming an
My
issue.
goodness.
People want to go to work. They got children, small children. We have to. Childcare is getting more expensive.
It's so
it's
expensive.
almost unaffordable.
And it's essential.
It is essential. So those are things I think we need to. Our budget needs to be targeted.
Yeah.
Like if you see what they did to, and I could put that up here, what they did to the bus system, right? You cut it into social programs that benefit ordinary Fargo residents. You're not helping them. You're screwing them over.
Wow.
And because you don't think these people need that. Fargo is not like the other cities where, I moved here from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Right? In Philly, I didn't need to drive a car.
No. Bus.
Because I got a bus.
Train.
That's right in front of my house. I got train. I got trolley.
Yes.
There's so many means of getting around.
Of course.
You can buy your bus pass for the month, and you can jump on any bus. I mean, anywhere you can go, right?
Yeah.
You got train. You got everything there. Fargo is not like that. During the winter, I see people struggle.
Yes.
We don't even have enough bus route.
No, we don't.
And yet the city will cut into that. And you wonder where is the priority.
Wow.
So we have to bring everybody to the table.
Yes, we do.
Let us understand these things. What can we do?
Yeah.
What are the things that we can do to benefit the people of Fargo?
Okay.
What are the issues that we need to prioritize to bring down the cost of living in Fargo? And let the people talk to us. Let's have a say so that we come draw that middle ground.
Yes.
That okay, this is where we want to go. Like special assessment.
Yeah.
Homeowners have been squeezed.
Of course.
Why the city needs money. I mean, we need money for infrastructure. The money for special assessment has been able to take care of some basic infrastructure.
Yeah.
But can we meet in the middle? Why should people be burdened with special assessment?
Yeah.
I'm not saying eradicate it, but I'm saying we can meet somewhere in the middle. We can have a conversation. Let's look at the data and let's see what is working, what is not working.
Yes.
That is what responsible leadership
Yes.
does. I don't want to come and say, oh, increase tax, or oh, no, don't impose tax.
Yes.
No, that's not a way to go.
No.
The way to go is let's sit down and let's review these things.
Yeah.
Let's review our zoning laws. Let's review our coding. Let's review, our city ordinances, whatever is working, whatever is not working.
I like that.
Homelessness. I tried to tell them yesterday on the show, homelessness, there are so many components to that.
Of course.
People, they're depending on which side of the political aisle you belong to.
Of course.
People just denigrate homeless people.
Yes.
Like, oh, they're lazy, they're on drugs. And I
Yeah.
said, no, I push back on that.
Yeah.
Not everybody homeless is on drugs. There are people that are professional people that are working.
Of course.
They are homeless, and they're not counting all the homeless people. The only homeless people they count are the people on the street corners.
Yes.
There are people that are homeless but living in the hotel, spending top dollars
It's a lot of
in
them.
hotels. There are people that are homeless that are living with family and friends. You got to count those people.
Yes.
All homeless people are not on drugs. They're not lazy.
Yeah.
There are so many things that go into homelessness. We got to fix the landlord-tenant issue.
Oh, that's a big
a
one.
landlord can just write something in your record and nobody's renting to you. You got the money to pay, but you can get a home.
They have so much authority.
Have you seen
On check power.
Have you seen the city ordinance on landlord-tenant relationship? Nothing there for tenant. The power is inherent in the
So that's
landlord.
what the problem comes
They
from.
got all the powers.
That
You
needs to
know,
be changed.
they got all the powers. There are people that pay security deposit, and the landlord
And
you
the
get it, and they
landlord,
don't want to give it back
the
to you. They just
landlord
put
know
charges
that.
on you.
They
Yeah,
know this.
I've seen somebody who moved out of an apartment.
Yeah.
They took the pictures when they were going to take over. At the end of the day, they took pictures and they gave it, only to leave. The landlord just lied that took their security deposit and said they still owe how many thousand
And they'll put it
because
on your record.
they put that on your record, and now nobody wants to rent to you. We
That's
got to
wrong.
fix that.
That's
There
wrong.
has to be a due process. You know how you evict people.
Yes.
There are some laws on the books when you can't evict people,
Yes.
how things should be done.
Yes.
There are so many things. I have at the Human Rights Commission, we have brought people from the housing authorities and try to talk to us. I can't forget the landlords because nobody from the city can tell me who the landlord associations are, where I can find them. You know, but yet the city is spending up to $2 million for communication. Who are you communicating? There are people in the city who don't even know who the mayor is.
Wow.
There are people till date. I was talking to somebody on Broadway that don't even know that there was election. Not even Broadway. There's this group called Startup Brew.
Yes.
They meet like 8 o'clock
Yes.
in the morning
Yes.
at the Parrot Den.
Yes.
I was there this morning. At the end of the day, a guy that was there, he said, Fargo, I asked him, hey, how you preparing for the mayor election? Oh, is there an election? I'm not paying attention. But we got department at City Hall that taking $2 million for
Wow.
communication, and people don't know who the mayor is. People don't know that there's an election taking place
In such a small city.
in such a small city, but we're spending all that money. So we're not prioritizing our spending.
I see that.
So affordability should be everybody's issue,
Yes.
you know. But people don't care
Yes.
because some people been living here over 100 years.
Yeah.
You know, they got their homes that they inherited from their parents
Of
that
course.
have been paid off, everything. So they don't feel what other people feel, who the new
Well,
homeowners
that's
have
being
been.
out of
Well,
touch.
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's
They
not
don't care.
leadership.
It's not leadership.
The city is heading rapidly in a completely different direction.
Yep.
And we need to catch up.
We gotta catch up.
Leadership needs to catch up.
Yep.
You know, and my what I've been witnessing, the city is growing, but the leadership have not been growing.
Yeah, because they have this don't care attitude. We don't care about you.
What that's
We
not
can
going to get it
promise
done.
you, take your vote, we'll get there, we do what we want to do.
That's not
And
gonna
that
get
is
it
the problem.
Well, we can't stand for that because, like I told you, I love this city. You love this city.
Yep.
Our children are here. Our businesses are here. Our families are here.
Yep. We pay
And
taxes here.
yeah, we love.
And we
I
should be.
truly love this city, and I want this city to be an affordable city, a city where City Hall, anyone can walk in City Hall and feel that they
Yep.
belong.
Yep.
And City Hall can also come into the community. You know, I don't just want leaders to come when it's election time.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that.
We need a visible leader.
Come and
Leader,
see
yeah,
us.
we should
Don't
be-
just
don't come
show
for
up
election
when
season.
it's election time. You know, I expect that, other places, but it shouldn't be done in the United States of America, especially in such a small city. City Hall's right there. We shouldn't have a problem. Thank you for that answer. Leadership is more than policy, as we were just talking about. It's vision, character, and communication. What principles guide your leadership and style, and especially during times of conflict and criticism?
Yeah, it's listening.
Okay.
Listening, integrity,
Okay.
and just caring for people.
Yes.
That's what we need. I should be able to listen to people before making decisions. That is important. Understand people. Listen to them to understand them. Integrity means I have to do things that are good for people, even when it doesn't seem popular. I got to stick. That's integrity.
Wow.
I got to stick to certain things. It might not be popular, it might be difficult, but I stick to what is right.
Yes.
Even when that's not a popular position, if it is right. I just want to do good by the people of Fargo. As a leader, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need accountability. We and accountability should start with yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't hold yourself accountable
Yeah.
and you want to hold other people accountable, then you are called a hypocrite.
Yeah. You are.
You are a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You know, charity should begin at home.
Yes.
So if I can't hold myself accountable, I don't have the right to hold any other person accountable.
So true.
So I want to hold myself accountable. I want to be accountable. I want to be responsible in the discharge of my duties.
Yes.
You know, I want to consider the livelihood of the people. You see, we all want the same thing. Everybody in Fargo wants the same thing.
Yes.
What do we want? We want to be free
Yes.
to worship the way we want to
Of
worship.
course. Yeah.
We want to be able to take care of our families.
Yes.
We want that. We want to feel safe as
Yes.
we walk along the streets.
Yes.
We want to be respected. We want to be valued.
Yes.
Everybody wants the same thing. But some group thinks they want it more than other people.
Yes.
You know, and those are the things I'm bringing. In terms of crisis, I want to be calm. That's the first thing you want to be. You want to do. You want to be calm. You want to talk to people respectfully.
Yeah.
You want to bring the right people at the table to address that particular problem. We can't be having a financial crisis, and I'm bringing doctors and lawyers.
Wow.
I should bring the financier. If we have a crisis, the first thing is understand what the crisis is, what the problem is. And then you can find the right people that can help you, bring people to the table that you can discuss with, that can point you in the right direction.
Wow.
I want to feel vulnerable. You're human. And most times that's what leaders don't want to do. They don't want to feel vulnerable. They always want to project strength
Yes.
to the people. People should see them that they are in charge. And that is a major flaw to leadership. You know, you are humans.
Yes.
We are fraught with strength and weaknesses.
Yes.
You can't be 100% all the time. You can't be right all the time. You can't have all the answers.
Wow.
You can't know everything.
No way.
You know, no one person knows everything. So, like I said, all of us are ignorant. If you think I'm ignorant, you also ignorant.
Of course.
You might be a lawyer,
Yes.
but you are not a mechanic. So you are ignorant too.
For real.
Yeah. So you too, you're ignorant.
Of course.
Yeah, you might be a doctor,
Yeah.
but you might not know nothing about the guys that do the lawn services.
Yeah.
So you also ignorant. Everybody ignorant. Everybody. So everybody has strength and weaknesses.
That's so true.
So we should encourage people to bring their strength to the table.
Yes. Beautiful.
You know, and to help other people in the areas that they are weak.
That's so
So
true.
we can find solution to some of these problems. And those are the things I espouse. Those are the things that I'll do. I'm a person, one of my strengths is I bring people together.
That's good.
I don't have to listen to you because I like you. I don't have to listen to you because you agree with me. You and me disagree most of the time.
Of course.
All the time.
But we're still here
We're still here.
because we have.
I've never met you in the street and I still talk to you.
That's so true.
Even during the time of our biggest disagreement,
Yeah.
I still meet you. I still smile because you're entitled to
So
your opinion.
you are exhibiting your character
Exactly.
today. That's beautiful.
Exactly. You are entitled to your opinion.
That's wonderful.
People should be free to address me the way they do.
Yeah.
You know, like Jay Thomas say, "Oh, you're controversial," but you never told me what makes me controversial. I'm controversial because I call the leadership coward.
Yeah.
So that makes me controversial.
Yeah.
But what else, you know, and I met lots of people, oh, you know, whatever you said was right, but maybe the choice of words. Give me a break.
Of course.
Give me a break. When I become mayor, I will never tell people what choice of words to use because how you feel, that's how I want you to address
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So I can understand your feeling.
Yes.
If somebody stole something,
Yes.
they are a thief.
Yes.
They are rogue.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to manage the words. Oh, you know, maybe it was lack of discretion. No, you stole, you stole. I'm not going. I'm not going to try to paint the words
Yes.
and paint flower with
Yes.
words. If you teach, you are a teacher.
Of course. Of course.
If you lead, you are a leader. If you operate with cowardice, you're a coward. And that's what I would use.
Wow.
I would not use another word. People met me and like, you know, everything you said, you were right, but I wouldn't have used the word. I'm not you.
Yeah.
Because
That's
a
good.
lot of people also met me after that conference and were like, you know, thank you. All of us feel the same way, but none of us have the courage to say it like you. I want to be courageous.
Yes.
I want to look leader up in the eye
Yeah.
and tell them exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I had sat since after that conference. I had sat with Mayor Mahoney one on
Of
one,
course.
and I would look him in the face and still tell him. So I tell him some harsh things off camera.
Of course.
I have sat with him in his office, and I told him, "You are going to go down as the most racist mayor that Fargo had."
Of
And
course.
he's looking at me. I say, "Yes,"
Yeah.
and then I explained to him why.
Yeah.
I said, when you decide to end the police oversight review board, it's on your term.
Yes.
You did that because Shane Natterville, the Native American
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
like 5, 6 years ago, got
remember that.
killed by the police,
Yeah.
and the human rights we call for independent investigation.
Yes.
Y'all didn't like that. You don't want the police to be questioned. Okay, let's relate with the police oversight review board. Nope, there can be no inter-board relationship. The next thing we know, you end police oversight review board. The next thing we know, you end at DEI. When you promised the people, you came to the African community. Liberians especially voted for you.
I remember
I
that.
met a Sudanese lady today.
remember
She said
that.
it was Liberians that voted Mahoney.
Yeah, I remember
Okay?
that.
They were all over campaigning for you. By the time you won
You
your
never went back.
re-election, you never came back to say thank you. You never appreciated that you ended DEI because you felt, and I told them at City Hall, I'm a bold person. After that vote, I spoke and I pointed my finger at them.
Yeah.
I said, look at all of you white, and you canceling the voices of black people. Not one black person sitting up there. You don't want our voice. You want our taxes. You want us to work. You want us to do everything in this city, but you don't want our voice. I said, that is wrong.
No.
It is wrong. We all need each other.
Yes, we do.
So I told him that's why you go down as the most racist mayor. I said, you did not stop there. After you ended police oversight review board, you ended the DEI. Then you went to pull funding for MLK celebration, a celebration the city been doing for 23 years. This year was the only year we didn't do it. You pulled the funding for MLK and Martin Luther, Juneteenth.
Yes.
You pulled that. I said, people are watching you. That's a pattern, Mayor. I said, then you didn't stop there because I called you guys out. You decided to end the arts and culture, human rights, and Native American community. And I looked in his eye. I said, Mayor, that got to be so brazen that you sit on native land and you end Native American Commission. I said, that's what's so brazen. I said, because of these things, you will end up going out as the most racist mayor. We sitting in his office.
Wow.
So I say harsher things off cameras.
Yes.
I'm not afraid of leadership.
No.
If Trump sat here, I would tell him exactly how I feel.
Of course.
That's how God made me.
Yeah.
I don't try to flatter people and try to. No, that's not who I am.
I think that's a good
I
quality.
speak to power.
Yeah.
I hold power accountable.
Yes.
That's not being controversial.
No.
You know, and I told him, I'm the only person who wants to protect your legacy. I said, other people are using you to climb to where they want to be. I said, I feel bad for you. I want to protect your legacy. I don't want you to go down this way. And he's looking at me. I say, yes, we can do things differently.
Of course.
You know? So those are the things. I want when I'm mayor, I want people to react to me.
Yes.
Tell me exactly how you feel. And I won't tell you which choice of words to use.
Yes.
Words are meant to be used.
Of course.
Use it. Describe me if I did something,
Yeah.
if I became hypocritical. Don't try to miss the words.
I love that.
Tell me exactly you are being a hypocrite.
Yes.
And that will help me to stop and think.
I love
And to your question, let me just piggyback to that.
Please, yes.
To that first question,
Yes.
why I'm the right person?
Yes.
Like I always end most interview, I said because every other person that is running, they got nothing to lose.
Yes.
I'm the only candidate in the race who got everything to prove.
Wow.
When I'm elected mayor, you will see the standard they will hold me up to, that they have never held any other mayor in this city up to. That's the kind of leader you want.
Yes.
The leader you can hold accountable.
Yes.
The leader you can scrutinize.
Yes.
The leader you can put under the microscope.
Yes.
You know.
And I love what you just said there, because the gentleman, the other candidate, the man, what's his name?
Which one?
The one this is his last term as a commission, so he has no choice but to run for it.
Oh, Dave Pepcorn.
Dave. So Dave says that he says that a lot. He says, "Well, I don't have no more terms
Yep.
as a commission, so
Yep.
I don't have a choice." So, in my view, are you only running because you don't? This is your last term, And I mean, so that's not a credible
Yeah.
reason for me to.
You still want to be in power, but you can't go back because you termed out.
Yeah.
So I'll run
So,
for mayor.
and he literally says that because that's his reason for running. You know, and he's actually says certain things like the last police was soft on crime.
Yeah.
So when you hear
But
soft
you
on
voted to
crime,
appoint him.
yeah, he's been there voting, and he's been there quite a long time. But when you hear
16 years.
the last police chief was soft on crime, what I mean, what is that? How are we supposed to interpret that? Because does that mean does he want homeless people to be arrested all the time?
Yes.
Is that what he wants? That's what means if you're tough on crime? I don't get it.
I
So
had gone to
yeah,
City Hall one day and I'm doing something. As I came out of City Hall, I saw some, I think it was last year,
yeah,
I saw some Native American camping on the lawn
yeah, yeah,
between City Hall and the library. And when they saw me, they ran up to me and said, "You got to help us."
yeah,
And I said, "Why?" I said, "We're being harassed." And I saw police officers swarming them.
yeah.
So I go up to the police. I said, "What's the problem? These people are not committing crime. You can monitor them from afar. You don't have to be in their faces like this." I said, "This is wrong. This is harassment." Oh, yeah, we suspect that they might be drinking. And they said, "Lord, to public intoxication." I said, "But what's your proof?" "Oh, they got some cup. We don't know what's in it." "Oh, because you don't know what's in it, so you just assume it's alcohol." So I pulled them aside. I said, "You got to get away from them. This is not right. You can stay from the distance, monitor them.
Yeah,
If there's something other here, you can go there and
of
speak with them.
course.
But to right be in their faces," I said, "this is pure intimidation." And I called up the former police chief, Siborski, and I told him I need us to meet. And we had coffee for 1 hour at Atomic. And just me and him sat down and I told him these things. I said, "This is wrong.
Yeah,
This is flat out wrong. Give people space.
yeah,
If people commit crime, yes, take them in.
of course.
But if they're just hanging out, how does it feel to see police just encircling them?" I said, "You got to talk to your officers. Let them do things the right way." And that day, when I spoke to the officers, they left them. I said, "Yeah, go to the library, monitor them from afar."
I mean, homeless
Yeah,
people are human beings.
they're human beings too. You can't just be in their faces and trying to impede their
Yeah, if
movement.
somebody committed
So if
crime,
Dave
you know,
Pepcorn think this police chief was weak on crime, Dave was weak on crime
yeah,
because he's a city commissioner. He could call the police chief to order.
of course,
So he didn't do it.
of course,
Now the guy retired with all benefit. Why didn't they fire him?
of course.
He retired with all benefit. Now you want to be mayor. You say he's soft on crime. He was soft on crime, but what did you do? You didn't do anything.
Of
And
course.
you see that there's some corruption here. And when I'm mayor, I'm going to send a bill to the North Dakota State legislature
Okay.
because I believe corruption has many faces.
Yes, it does.
Judge Boucher is a current
Senator.
state senator.
Yeah.
He's still got 2 more terms.
Okay.
The term in the Senate expires 2028. Michelle Thunberg is a current city commissioner,
Okay.
and she's running for mayor. That's corruption. I think anybody who holds a current elected office,
Yes.
if you want to run for another one, you should first resign from the one you
You
hold.
should first
You
resign.
cannot black out 2 spots.
Yes.
Other people should take that spot.
Yes.
If Michelle doesn't win the mayor, she has nothing to lose. She just goes by being a commissioner. A judge doesn't
like
win. He
that.
has nothing to lose. He goes by being
Of course.
a senator.
Yes.
But you black out the space for other people. So if you're honest about what you want to do,
Of course.
I am a current city commissioner. I
Yeah.
want to run for mayor. I resign.
Yes.
Then I know I'm honest about what I'm
Of
doing.
course.
But I'm holding here and holding here.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work here, I still have nothing to lose.
I like that.
That is corruption.
I like that.
That is pure public
That is a
corruption.
strong point.
And they
I
did that
admire
2022. Shanna
Yes.
was current state house of rep member,
Yes.
and she ran for mayor.
Yes.
And they asked her the question: if you won, how do you lead the 2 offices? She said she could do the 2. She can be in Bismarck and state rep and still be in Fargo. Go and watch it. That was her answer.
I remember that.
That she can run the 2. That's corruption.
I remember
If
that.
you currently hold an elected office
Yes.
and you want to seek another elected office, you should resign the one you hold in first
I mean,
before you run for the
it
next one.
will show a
It will
clear
show
intention.
clear transparency and accountability.
Yeah, it means you really want to do
You
it.
really want to do
Yeah.
it. You can't hold to the two.
Yeah,
No, it's corruption.
I love that so much, and I hope to see that in the future.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for answering all these questions. I have one last question for you, and this has been really good. This has been great to be able to hear you out
Oh, sure.
and to hear about your campaign and to be able to make that available to our community people. This has been it's truly a historic day for us as a podcast as well. So thank you for coming.
Sure. Anytime.
Wise Counsel podcast focuses on truth, wisdom, and solution. Um, what kind of legacy will you want your administration to leave behind if elected mayor of Fargo?
That's a great question. You know, my focus is to unite our city. There's just too much hate in Fargo. And you won't imagine. Go online and see what people say about each other.
Yes,
There's so much hate.
I see
You
that.
know, we got to bridge some of these gaps. You know, we got to bring people together. You don't have to like somebody to listen to them,
I like that.
but just be open. Let's have a conversation. You realize that person you hit so badly, by the time you have a conversation 30 minutes, your mind might change.
So true.
Because most of these hatred are out of assumption.
So true.
You don't know people.
Yeah.
You don't want to know them. They say one thing and you just run with it.
Wow.
And you just create this hatred. Oh, this person might be, it might be a communist. This person might be this. No. You know, get to know people. Get to know who people are.
Yeah.
You know, don't just treat me because I look different. You got to get to know me. It will be a good legacy to leave behind that, you know, we have a city that can talk to each other. We can talk to each other. When we can leave behind our young people being able to afford livelihood, when people are not being priced out. I don't want people who work in Fargo not to be able to live in Fargo. There are people that commute from distances.
Wow.
There are people who work in Fargo but they live in Castleton. There are people who work in Fargo but they live in Hillsborough.
Yes.
There are people who work in Fargo that live Burnsville. They make that commute.
Yes.
We have to make Fargo affordable.
Yes.
So that people who work here can live here. Small businesses. I will want to leave behind small businesses to be protected.
Yes.
Now they're talking about the Department of Health trying to close down small businesses because they're so VIP. That's travesty.
Oh yeah, I heard
That
that.
is wrong.
I heard that.
You are punishing the adults that do VIP.
Of course.
There's a law on the books. You know the penalty for violating the VIP law?
What?
$25.
For
When you violate the law for a minor who shouldn't have it, that's not a penalty. What is $25?
$25?
Yeah,
Some of them were violated for free.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now they propose that the Department of Health is proposing that any business, any store that sells VIP
Yeah.
should be shut down. And I thank God they saw the pressure from the community.
Yeah.
They say, okay, they will table that till after the election. And I'm reaching out to every VIP store. Support me, I'll protect your business.
Yes.
No VIP store should be closed down.
Yes.
Because it doesn't solve any problem.
I mean, there's bigger
You only
problems.
create problem for business owners.
Of course.
Because if you close down all the stores that are selling VIP in Fargo, people will go to West Fargo and buy their VIP.
Of course.
People will go to Mohair and buy
More
their
here
VIP.
right there.
People will go online and buy it and will ship it to their home. So you've not solved any problem. But what you've done, you remove dollar from Fargo.
Of course.
You remove money from Fargo. You punish those business owners that got families they're taking care of. Those people that those businesses employ, you'll be putting them out of business. So you see, the city doesn't think, they don't listen. They just jump at conclusions because they don't care. You know, so I will see it will be a good legacy to see that small businesses are protected and supported.
That's great.
That we create a good business climate that makes other business want to run to Fargo.
That's great.
It will be a good legacy to leave behind to see that it was during our administration
Yeah.
that we transition the city government from a city commission to a city council.
Yes.
It would be a good legacy. It would be a good legacy to see that it was our administration that gave voice to young people,
That's good.
that gave voice to the voiceless, that made sure everybody in Fargo is valued and take it seriously.
That's
It
great.
would be a good thing to know that it was during this administration that more young people started to work as city government, and they started to understand. If we say the young people are the leader of the
That's
future,
great.
when would they be leader of the future
When?
if we're not giving them opportunity
When?
to even get close
Yes.
to hear how things are done, see how things are done?
Yes.
When the aging population are out of the way, who takes over? These young people are not ready to take over because we're not even including them in the discussion.
No.
You know, so it would be a good legacy to live by. It would be a good legacy to see that public safety has been reimagined
Yes.
and that police officers feel safe, whereas the resident also feel safe.
Of course.
I want to see police officer in the community, you know, communicating, having interaction with people,
Yes.
healthy communication.
Yes.
You know, in the community that protects the police. I want to see a police department that is building trust with the
Yes.
community.
Yes.
So I want to see after my term at City Hall that when people have issues, they should run to the police, not
Yes.
from the police.
Yes.
You know, those would be good legacies to
Yeah.
leave behind. You know, and that everybody can have help, that communities can be strengthened, that families can be strong,
Yeah.
that our crime rate is reduced.
Yes.
You know, that public perception that is eradicated, that negative public perception.
Yeah.
Even though the data say crime is down by 10%,
Yes.
people still feel, oh no, crime, because other people running, they use scare tactics,
Of course.
you know, but to put in people's mind, oh no, there's criminal, you know, and when they're talking about crime, you also know there's some racial stereotype
Of course.
associated. There are
Of course.
certain people they also target.
Yeah.
You know, so
Definitely.
I want to see a city that is unified, that is
Unified.
growing. I want to see a city that has a strong budget, with a focused budget, and that budget that is always in default.
Yeah.
Those would be a good legacy to leave behind.
That's great.
You know, that this city belongs to all of us.
Yes.
And it can't grow with certain people alone. It has to grow with everybody.
Everybody.
You know, everybody should be there. Everybody should have equal representation.
Yes.
All the 11 districts should have equal representation at City Hall.
Of
I
course.
want to see young people have a seat. I want to go to City Hall and see other people there too.
Yes.
You know, that would be
Yes.
good legacy.
That would
to
be
leave
great.
behind,
That'd be
you know.
great.
Yep.
As FT Sirleaf, I am impressed, sir. Thank you for this wonderful interview.
Yeah.
This is why we put this together, Wise Council.
Yeah.
I think you just gave us a whole lot of wise counsel concerning the election and
Yep.
the issues of Fargo, this growing, wonderful city. We just wholeheartedly just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. I know
was
you
my
have a
pleasure.
busy schedule, but
It
thank
was
you
my-
so much.
It was my pleasure to be here, and I think I enjoyed our time, and I will come back again
Please
whenever
do,
you call.
please do.
Let me just drop out this information
Yeah,
for
please do,
people out
yeah.
there. Voting has already started,
Okay.
and I want you to know that voting started. Voting started already, and I want you to know that voting started on April 30th. Absentee ballot started, so you can vote by mail. That has already started on April 30th. So I want you to take advantage of that. But if you want to wait till in-person voting starts with early voting. And early voting starts on June 2nd to June 6th. That's for early in-person voting. And there are different locations, 3 that I have in mind that I still remember. The Ramada on 13, you can go there April 2nd. I think it's from 9 to about 7 p.m. You can vote from April 2nd to the 6th. The Fargo Dome, you can also go there same time. And the new Fargo Park District on 52nd. You can go there to vote. There are other locations, I don't remember those. So that's early in-person voting. So you can go there and vote. And then the main election day is June 9th. And that the polls will be open from in the morning to in the evening. So take advantage of that. Talk to your families, talk to your friends. Elections have consequences. When you don't vote, you have still voted. So don't think, oh, because I didn't vote, so I didn't vote. No. When you don't vote, you have voted. Because you're not voting makes the wrong person to win. So you have voted for the wrong person by not voting. The statistics shows us there are 2 groups of people in Fargo that don't vote at all. Immigrants and young people. Immigrants think all they're supposed to do is to chase money. They work and work 9 to 5, you chase money. As you're chasing that money, there are people creating policies that affect your job.
My God.
So if you don't go to vote, even your job is not protected, your home is not protected. You are not protected against predator landlords. That's why you got to vote. So find that time, 30 minutes, get out of that job. If you're not driving, we'll have people, when the time comes, we'll give people that can go pick you up and take you to the polls. If you live in Moorhead, you live in West Fargo, you live in Horace, Harwood, you cannot vote in Fargo election. It's only for those with Fargo residents.
Yes.
You got to be a U.S. citizen. You have to have a Fargo address to vote in Fargo. So if you don't live in Fargo, you don't have Fargo address, even if you're not a U.S. citizen, but you're legal permanent resident, reach out to those who are qualified to vote and encourage them to go and vote. This election will be a decider. This will be the first time in 72 years that Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo, the metro area, will all be electing new mayors. This has never happened in 72 years. Take advantage of that. Let us go. But don't just vote. Go and vote Sirleaf, ST Sirleaf. You know, you might see SEKOU on the ballot, ST. Just follow the last name. I'm the only Sirleaf on the ballot. So go there and vote and let us build a Fargo that will work for everybody. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your church mate, talk to your workmate, talk to people, your neighbors, talk to everybody, encourage them to go and vote. You can find us on our website, fargoforall.com. Go there, you can interact with us through email, through phone calls, and we will be glad to support, to interact with you. Let's go and vote. Thank you.
This has been an episode from Wise Counsel. Sir?
Man, it was good.
Thank you.
I thank you for what you're doing
We
here.
are praying for you, and I love it. I love it. And let's try to get something historical
You're still
done in
recording?
the city. So we appreciate you.
Okay,
Thank you
good,
so
great.
much.
That's wonderful. It's good to be here, and I will always come back.
Thank you, sir.
You got me.
There is power in your name.
Welcome to the Wise Counsel Podcast, where truth cuts through the noise, wisdom anchors the soul, and lives are shaped by the Word of God. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." We are living in a time where voices are loud, opinions are endless, and direction is often missing. But here, we don't chase opinions, we pursue truth. This podcast exists to bring you sound biblical counsel, spiritual insight, practical wisdom, and honest conversations that help you navigate life with clarity, conviction, and purpose. Whether you're facing decisions, leading others, building relationships, or growing in your faith, you were never meant to figure it out alone. And now, your host of the Wise Counsel Podcast, Apostle Barnabas. God bless you as you find wisdom, receive direction, and as your steps become more clear.